The Fourth Lateran Council, convened in 1215 by Pope Innocent III, was one of the most significant ecumenical councils of the medieval Church. It addressed a range of ecclesiastical, theological, and social issues, leaving a lasting legacy that shaped the course of Christianity and European society. Convened in response to growing challenges within the Church and wider society, including heresy, corruption, and political conflicts, the Council aimed to reform the Church, reaffirm its doctrines, and reassert papal authority. Pope Innocent III, one of the most influential popes in history, sought to address internal and external threats to the Church's power. Since his election in 1198, Innocent had strived to assert papal supremacy over temporal rulers and ensure that the Christian doctrine remained orthodox. The Fourth Lateran Council provided him an opportunity to address long-standing issues in the Church's governance and the behavior of clergy and laity alike. The council assembled in Rome, drawing over 1,000 participants, including bishops, abbots, and representatives from various religious and secular authorities. Such a large gathering underscored the gravity of the issues at hand and the seriousness with which Innocent III approached these reforms. One of the Council's most significant accomplishments was its articulation of core doctrines and dogmas of the faith. This was most famously seen in its decree on the doctrine of transubstantiation, which clarified the Church's teaching that, during the Eucharist, the bread and wine become the actual body and blood of Christ. This theological explanation addressed debates surrounding the nature of the Eucharist and strengthened the Church's sacramental system, reinforcing the importance of the clergy's role in mediating salvation for the faithful. Additionally, the Council emphasized the necessity of confession and penance, establishing annual confession and communion as requirements for all Christians. This development reflected an effort to maintain orthodoxy and spiritual discipline among the laity, marking a significant step in the evolution of pastoral care. The Fourth Lateran Council also introduced a series of reforms intended to improve clerical discipline and curb abuses. Many clergy had been criticized for engaging in immoral behaviors, and the Council's decrees targeted issues such as simony, the selling of church offices, pluralism, holding multiple offices, and the neglect of pastoral duties. Innocent III understood that for the Church to command respect and maintain moral authority, the clergy needed to embody the values they preached. These reforms also extended to bishops, who were encouraged to oversee their dioceses more rigorously and enforce the Council's decrees among their subordinates. Beyond the realm of church reform, the Fourth Lateran Council also dealt with heresy, which had grown in prevalence in various parts of Europe, especially in southern France where the Cathar heresy had taken root. The Council condemned heretical movements and authorized measures to suppress them, including the use of secular authorities to enforce church doctrine. This laid the groundwork for the establishment of the medieval Inquisition and exemplified the Council's commitment to safeguarding Christian unity. Finally, the Fourth Lateran Council's influence extended to the broader Christian society. Its canons addressed social issues such as marriage laws, economic practices, and the treatment of Jews, who were subjected to restrictive measures intended to prevent their interaction with Christians. These decrees reflected the Church's role not only as a religious institution but as a regulatory force within medieval European society. The Fourth Lateran Council stands as a pivotal moment in Church history. Its reforms strengthened the institutional Church, its doctrines clarified fundamental beliefs, and its social decrees shaped Christian society. Pope Innocent III's vision for a united, disciplined Church helped solidify the papal authority, which would influence the Church's path for centuries to come. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe to Medieval Chronicles 1066 for more journeys back to the Middle Ages. Stay curious.